All right, lesson 65. I'm on the wrong page. My only function is the one God gave me. So I'm so grateful for this lesson. This lesson, again, remember back in the day, early videos, I said the Course just so gently turns up the dial of commitment, gently and gradually, and even suggestively. So our suggested practice is 10 to 15 minutes as during the day. Oh, perfect. We all know the popcorn maker. Okay, thank you, Fisher-Price. This says, if possible, undertake the daily extended practice periods approximately the same time each day. Try also to determine this time in advance and adhere to it as closely as possible. So, how gently suggesting we work our day around our commitment to remembering the truth. And I just feel really grateful. I feel ready for this. And it so nicely wraps around the lesson of my only function is the one God gave me. And I remember back in the day, this was like 2006. I went to a week-long retreat with Iyanla Van Zandt. Long story short, I approached the microphone to ask her a direct question, and I said something like, oh, I start off really strong in the day and then I forget, or something in terms of my focus. And I remember her saying, give God the day early. And it's always inspired me the way Lisa Natoli talks about, she wakes up, I like how she says, I get a coffee and I get back in bed and I have my time with God. And I feel a little resistance because what's coming to me is the solution is to wake up before everyone. And sometimes it seems in my mind that might disrupt Justine if I get out of bed. She who just nibbled on my leg, let's say, instead of saying bit me. This is real life Course in Miracles. Hi, you want to say hi? No? Well. Continue. Hi. Look at you. So you just took a bath? No? Okay. So that's my fear. My fear and my resistance. And yet I'm open and I'm willing. Yeah, not yet. But can you see cars up here? We're up in the second floor. Yeah. Let me make sure I'm gentle with you here. So that's an interesting part of this lesson is the encouragement to begin to schedule your entire day around the practicing. And what I was so grateful for in this practice was like life can feel overwhelming to me when I change the function that God gave me. So if, this practice said, to spend that time in the 10 to 15 minutes, first noticing all the thoughts that come up in the way. So let's just say, I'm putting my attention on God. And actually for me, during my practice period this morning, what felt like a distraction was my body. I woke up with a kind of tension in my forehead. So I was kind of like massaging my temple area and my eyebrow. I'm feeling a little bit of a sensation in my face, like tension in my face. So when I was practicing, that was really coming up as a distraction. And that's what we were asked to do, is to notice all the things that come in to block our connection and our direct experience of God in each moment, in our moments during our practice periods. And to me, it's just symbolic of if we give God the day early, then we set out to come back to connect consciously, like not that we have to leave God and only can connect when we come back to a quiet practice period, but the idea of like what in your life is coming up and getting in the way of you, really what's getting in the way of you being at peace. Because once you lose your peace and happiness, your function has shifted. You've picked up a different function, which the lesson says, you know, basically you have this one function and you get tempted to forget. And all that is very like commonplace and spoken a lot in the Course community, like, I forget. So it's normal. And what I just love about when I was moving on through the practice period, which said then after watching all the disrupting thoughts, you then consider related thoughts to the lesson. My only function is the one God gave me. What are related thoughts? And it's like, I kind of noticed what function I give myself if it's not to be the light of the world. And really, I'm really enjoying the light of the world. To be the light of the world is to be in the world in a lighthearted way, and really to be joyful. You know, as all these things are coming up, as I'm a mom, and me being a mom is just one example of, let's say, seeming demands, seeming distractions, seeming responsibilities that would take me away. So I'm learning to give up my resistance that practicing or being with God first thing in the morning means I can't do other things, because I can. It's my mind blocking me that it has to look like I set the alarm, I wake up, I do a Folgers coffee stretch and get I'm not necessarily going to get my coffee and get in bed, but I can just be in bed, even half asleep with a headache, and doing my best. But in my heart saying, my intention is to connect with God in this moment, and to remember my function as the light of the world, and to steep into my spirit, right? So I feel like I have a baby monkey. You're the baby monkey. the baby monkey. Crawling. You're amazing. She's tired. So, okay. So I'm going to say the truth, which is this lesson is from yesterday. I read it. I didn't have time to do the full. It doesn't sound like a long time, but I did not sit down and do the 10 to 15 minutes until this morning. What I did notice is I was really mindful of my thinking yesterday, and it did correspond with the message of the lesson, which was, let me not forget the function God gave me. Because I remember there was one moment yesterday where I had a counseling session, which I gave. It went, these are all, this was a judgment. It went long was my judgment. And I felt drained from it was my judgment. And then I kept catching myself saying, oh, I don't want that. I don't want to energize that. And again, that's the same thing as, oh, let me not forget I'm the light of the world. Let me not forget to shift my thinking into all things that are light and that bring me peace. And none of those thoughts were, and it was starting that kind of headache tension thing here. And then I made homemade ravioli with a baby. Like made my own pasta, rolled it out, because I'm cooking through this cookbook. And I picked this recipe a while ago. So it's kind of like my day kept tempting me to say, oh, this is hard. Oh my God. Oh, the dishes. Oh, Justine. Oh, the diapers. Oh, she's gone to bed late. Oh, she's cranky. Oh, I have to figure this out. And it's like, all through everything, let me not forget my function is to be the light of the world, because I can enjoy making the ravioli. I can enjoy comforting her. So to me, it was like the overseeing my thinking and redirecting is the same thing as like, let me not forget that my mind is the mind of God. Let me not forget that my function is to keep all things light and joyful. So I did feel like I didn't have to, because then I didn't make my video yesterday because she was really exhausted by the time I cleaned up ravioli and dinner. And I wasn't going to push it. And my mind went to, you're getting behind, you have to stay a little bit ahead, or you're going to blah. And it's like, chill. I'm the light of the world. I stay light. I keep it light. And here I am. I'm making the video now. And then I'm going to move on to the next lesson. And just stay light. But I'm grateful to see all this and see all the temptations and where my mind gives me a different function, which is to manage and control and to worry and to stress. And it's like, oh no, that's not, I'm the light of the world. Keep it light. So thank you for listening and thank you for practicing. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful my life is slowly moving in the direction where this is my clear priority, and because I'm going to benefit from that 20-fold. Okay? All right, Justine, you want to press the button? Oh, she knows what that means. Okay. Say bye.